No more national championship hopes this year. They get beat by Appalachian State. Marshall beats Notre Dame. Washington State beats Wisconsin. Kansas may no longer be the worst team in the Big 12. Oklahoma had 0 points with 1 minute left in the first half against Kansas State. Indeed, Jim Traber, Kent State. A very, very weird Saturday.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. Georgia Southern's beating Nebraska late in the game. Yeah, I got to. You know, Al, I've been sitting next to you a lot down here, big boy. We've been doing a lot of shows. This is one of the weirdest games to analyze I've ever seen in my life. Because I told you before we got on the air, I thought the OU defense didn't tackle well. I thought they were very average. They gave up 3 points.
Right.
I mean, what? I mean, do you rip a team for giving up 3 points?
No.
You can't.
No. When you don't give up a touchdown, you're doing.
No, I agree with you, but I'm just saying
they
were gouging them for yardage here and there. I thought the quarterback for Kent State was a good little player.
Yep. And then we came in. We thought they'd score a bunch of points.
I know it, and we thought they'd throw it too.
Yeah.
And they were running the ball. I'll tell you what, the fastest first half we have ever seen when you and I have been doing radio, ever.
Yeah.
That's the fastest first half I've ever seen.
Unbelievable. As Oklahoma wins 33-30, by the way.
Not 30, 33-3.
33-3. They don't cover. They don't
You're
cover.
right. They do not cover.
They do not cover.
Yep.
So a bizarre game. I mean, really, really, really well. I thought in the first half, Oklahoma offensive line was horrific.
Oh, gosh.
Dylan Gabriel wasn't very good. The play calling was horrific. I mean,
yeah, I don't know what was going on. It's like they were trying to establish the run,
and then
they couldn't block anybody.
Yeah, they couldn't block
I think
anybody.
what happened is that I think that their game plan this week was they thought that they would pummel the defensive line of Kent State. They thought, we're going to run right at them. And then they got shut down. And they were like, okay, what are we going to do here? And then they had that drive at the end of the first half that looked good. By the way, when did they start scoring? When they threw the ball to Mims. Did you notice that? Anybody notice that?
No doubt.
Let me tell you something. They're going to lose a game this year. They shouldn't lose because they don't give the ball to their best player.
That's exactly right.
I'm just telling you. I'm not going to rip on Jeff Levy. He's a really good offensive mind. But you got to get the ball to your best player.
Yeah. And they finally did.
Yeah, and they scored. What, right? That's what happened. They scored when they gave him the ball.
You know what? And we can't blame Lincoln Riley for last year because he was thinking about USC all season.
That's true.
So that's why he didn't get the ball to Marvin Mims last season.
I guess so.
And his dad tried to tell him, get the ball to my son, right? He even texted out.
No, you're right. You're exactly right.
You're right. He's Marvin's is a superstar.
That's exactly right. I mean, let me tell you something. I'm sure he loves his time at the University of Oklahoma. It's a great place to go to school. It's a great place to live. It's a great place to play football. But I guarantee you he's leaving after this year.
No doubt.
I mean, he's got to be frustrated.
I know. He's a first-round draft. So mock draft. He's a first-round
was
draft.
He a first-round guy? Okay, well, I'm just saying, even if he was a third-round guy, I think he might leave, though, Al.
Well,
he's frustrated. He's got to be frustrated.
Why? He had a great number.
I know, but they're not giving him the ball enough.
Well, today they did.
Well, they did it for about a little baby period, right? When they scored.
Let me see what he got. Marvin Mims.
I mean,
let's see here.
I'm gonna guess 7 catches for 140 yards.
107 for 163 yards.
Boy, I should drop the mic and leave. But what did he have before? What did he have? I wonder what he had before the touchdown drive. I think they threw it to him one time.
The first half, he had like 1 for 40, I think, or 2. He had 2 receptions.
Right, but he had 1 before that drive. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but they got the ball 7 receptions for 163 yards.
I'm just
2
saying
touchdowns.
They're going to mess around and play a good team, and they're not going to give him the ball. That's all I'm saying. You got to give him the ball.
Well, they did tonight, though.
But, Al, for the periods of time where they didn't score, you didn't even know he was on the field.
I agree.
He could have sat on the bench.
I think they tried to run the ball too much.
You're right. No, they did. And they thought they could run it down their throat.
Yeah.
You're right.
And they couldn't.
And Kent State spent the week in Tulsa, and they worked their tails off, and they came out and said, we're going to play you hard, and they did. And I thought the first half, OU didn't even care. They looked like they weren't even caring. And then, of course, at the end and then the second half, they said, okay, now we're going to go, and they did. So, but what a weird.
Well, the game again, OU hold the team under 300 yards. How many times did they do that last year?
Not many.
They didn't. So
No.
Now we'll see. You go to play as we see today. You see a lot more in college football. A&M, I love A&M. I mean, every year they're going to be ranked high, totally high, and oh, by the way,
how do they get the recruits they're getting? And they lose to Appalachian State.
Yeah.
You can talk about money all you want. OU's giving money too. They're all giving money.
Did
it's
you guys,
not just A&M. Yes, sir.
Did you guys see the number on 4 and 5 star players in that game?
What between Appalachian State and them
and A&M?
Was it like 52 to nothing?
56-1.
Oh, there you go. That's
A&M
beautiful.
has 56 guys that either had a 4 or a 5 star rating. Appalachian State has 1.
Yeah, there you go. Shows you that if you just go out and play, you can win.
By the way, who's getting to be the new coach of West Virginia?
Oh, I know it, man. Golly. By the way, great pick by the Fat Jack.
Absolutely.
I was wrong on that one. Matter of fact, if OU would have covered, I might have gone 0 for 5 this week. Congratulations to me. But anyway, West Virginia, what an embarrassment. They gave up 55 points. And now, there was a touchdown at the end to make it 55
yeah, that
in
JT
overtime.
Daniel threw a horrific pass.
But I will tell you, Kansas, they're a better football team. That coach, I make fun of Mark Rogers all the time. I think for 10 years he's talked about Kansas is better, Kansas
with
is better.
so many different coaches.
I know. And then Mark texted me today and said, what's his name? What's his name there again at Kansas? What is it? Whatever his name is.
And Leipold.
Leipold. He said, is he the coach of the year in the Big 12? I said, he might be. I don't know. But they got 2 wins. Kansas has got 2 wins.
Yeah, let's put the brakes on for coach of the year, okay?
Well, let me tell you something. What if Kansas wins 5 games? He might be coach of the year.
He might be.
OSU's trying to give the game away to Arizona State. They have looked like junk. And I'll tell you what, Oklahoma State goes right back in their daggone horrible play calling mode again. It was ridiculous early in the game. And then, of course, Sanders threw a horrible interception again. So you just never know what they're going to bring to the table. You know what? You just never know. But I give it up to Arizona State. They've come in and worked hard. They've played pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy day, Jim. I mean,
yep, very crazy day.
I tell you what, we got Kentucky beating Florida down there. That's look at this, Arizona State.
Touchdown, Arizona State. So before the game, we're watching the Texas game, and OU fans are cheering for Texas, and then after the game, they're cheering for Arizona State. See, you should be cheering against every team in the Big 12. You don't want any of them winning.
That's exactly
I got
right.
no problem with them cheering for Arizona State. A little bit surprised they were cheering for Texas. But anyway.
I think that's just a hatred for Alabama.
Yeah, you're right. No, I think that people are so disgusted with what Alabama's done for the last whatever years. This will be a fourth quarter here, Al. 20-17.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well.
And by the way, let's check on the Georgia Southern game with Nebraska. Oh, my gosh. We should just do an entire segment on the Georgia Southern. It's 35-35, but Georgia Southern is in the red zone.
How much time left?
It's right at the end of the third quarter, so there's a lot of time left.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're on the 2-yard line in Nebraska. What was it Nebraska's defense used to be called? The Black Shirts. I think we should rename them the Black Shirts.
And blue shirts.
Yeah, the black and blue. Yeah, the black and blue shirts. Georgia Southern. I did say in the pregame, you remember? I did say in the pregame that Georgia Southern might give them a game. You know why? Because Nebraska's not any good.
They're terrible.
Golly.
They're terrible.
Yeah, so West Virginia is going to be open. If Nebraska's not open, they should shut their program down. Any other jobs that are looking like they might be open now coming up?
It's a great question. Matt, help us.
Anybody so far? I mean, there's going to be some more.
Auburn could always open.
Every year, Auburn could open. You're exactly right. It's talk about Arizona State being open, but gosh, if they could win this game, that might help a little bit.
They got those penalties coming, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Stanford should open. I know that guy's a great coach, but I watched a lot of that USC game. I had it on one of these TVs. They're terrible, Al. Stanford stinks. I don't know what's happened to them. They were so good for a period of time. Yeah. What has happened to them?
I mean, that's a great question. You're right. I mean, Well, who in the Pac-12 is any good? USC and Utah, right?
That's it. Yeah, USC. And I will say this: I want to see what Oregon State does against Fresno tonight, because Oregon State's not bad. Not that Oregon State can win the Pac-12. I'm just saying it may not be the easiest game when you play them.
Michigan, you might be right about Michigan. They were up 35-0 over Hawaii, so maybe them and Ohio State are really good in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they probably are. They get athletes, right?
Absolutely, they do. Absolutely, they do. So, yeah, it was a crazy, crazy day. This is one of the craziest days I can remember. I mean, there are some a lot of sick people in College Station, up in Wisconsin, Notre Dame. I mean, are you kidding me?
What are you feeling right now if you're a Texas A&M fan? I mean, seriously. I mean, this is a team. This quarterback was supposed to be really good. He got hurt last year. Now he's back. You got all these big-time players, right? You beat Alabama last year. You're ranked number 6 in the country. What are you thinking? You lose to – by the way, remember when Appalachian State beat Michigan about 10 years ago?
Yes, I do.
And Appalachian State, think about this. Appalachian State gave up 65 points to North Carolina. And what did A&M score? 14.
Are you telling me now? I'm not real smart. Are you telling me they may have offensive problems?
I think they do. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they do.
Okay. Just want to know.
Yep. So,
hey, could you imagine if they beat North Carolina last week? They'd be 2-0.
I know it.
Ranked in the top 25.
I know it. I know. Crazy.
They better throw A&M out of the top 25. You agree with that?
All the way out from number 6.
You get people. I don't care. They were obviously overrated.
Well, they're overrated.
Yeah. So
let me ask you this, though. In all seriousness,
people go that I obviously a mistake. They suck.
No, but we love ripping them. But don't you think they're a top 25 team?
No, they got beat at home by Appalachian State.
Okay. OSU just scored. Touchdown. But yeah, I mean, listen.
Why should they be ranked in the top 25?
I don't care if they move them out. I don't care. I just think it's unbelievable that they can lose to Appalachian State.
I mean,
with all that dang talent.
Notre Dame, get them out of there. Wisconsin, get them out of there.
Hey, Notre Dame is 0-2.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's under this new coach, too. Think about that, Al. Brand new coach. That poor guy. Having a really good recruiting class. He might lose some of his recruits if they keep losing.
You're right about that. Absolutely right about that. No, today was one of the straight boys. It's going to be a great win for Kentucky.
Oh, my gosh. Mark Stoops is going to go. He is going to pass Bear Bryant for the most wins in Kentucky history.
And Bob told me he's going down there on Thursday. See Mark and Mike.
That's really cool.
Did they play on Thursday? Who are they playing next week, Matt? Can you please tell me why Bob is going down there?
Maybe just spend some time with his brothers. They'll probably have a couple beers.
I would say probably more than a couple.
Well, so Kentucky plays Youngstown next Saturday.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, my God.
That's what it is. It's going to be a Youngstown reunion.
Well, yeah, there was something else going on. I think it was I think they're honoring Mark because they planned on him passing Bear Bryant.
Okay.
And I think they planned on it happening in that game, but if they beat Florida, which looks like they're going to do, then it'll happen tonight.
Here we go.
Yeah, here's the field goal.
Yeah, they made it.
Oh, you made it. We're behind you.
Must be behind me, but yeah, they're up 10 now. So I think if they hold on and win this, then he'll already pass Bear Bryant. I think that's why that's why he's going down there.
By the way, this quarterback for Kentucky's good, Al. Have you watched him?
Yeah,
he's a good player.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a good player. Yeah, Mark Stoops is going to set that'll be cool. So they can beat Youngstown State and celebrate that. That's crazy. All the Youngstown boys can be together.
Now, the Stoops have the most wins as brother tandem college football?
I got to think about that. By the way, I want to remind people, Bob Stoops can be on with us Monday, right?
At 4:05.
4:05. We will talk to Bob Stoops Monday at 4:05. So give me some people that you thought. I'll tell you what. You know who's a football player? You know who's a football player? Stutzman. He's a football player. He's just an old-fashioned linebacker that'll come up and hit you in the mouth.
Reggie Grimes, a really good player.
Reggie Grimes can play. There's no doubt. We're starting to get some dudes that you need, the guys that you need.
And I thought in the secondary, he really didn't sub too much. Broyles played mostly at safety. Broyles, Bowman, and the cheater was obviously Deshaun White played most of the game.
And then Harrington had an interception at the end.
At the end when the 17 was in there.
Yeah. Well, and Woody Washington, he covered that guy twice. You know, that guy, the Cephas kid, if a lot of y'all don't know, but the kid with the long hair for Central Michigan, he's going to play in the NFL. I mean, he's a big-time wide receiver. And I thought Woody Washington did a nice job of staying with him.
Yeah.
By the way, Georgia Southern up 38-35. So that game's got a lot
What's the line in the game next week? 10?
Well, it was 8.5 yesterday, so yes, every bit of 10. By the way, I want to remind people that Football Feedback is also live video streaming on Sports Animal Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and on the Sports Animal app. Isn't that cool?
When's the last time I wore a jacket? A while ago, I'd say. A few months ago?
Yeah, I can't believe you have a jacket on.
It's cold. What's the temperature right now?
I guarantee it's not enough to wear a jacket.
It's cool.
I'm going to say it's, 68 degrees, 65 degrees?
Anything under 70 is jacket weather for me.
67.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm
you.
really good, aren't I? I should be a weatherman.
You should be a weatherman.
I should be. You know, we always talk on the radio. I can't really do any other jobs, right? We always talk about that. My wife tells me that. I really can't ever do any jobs. But I could be a weatherman.
You could definitely be a weatherman.
Definitely. Because you know what? You're allowed to be wrong.
And
So
you know
that's
what?
cool.
When you're wrong, would be wrong, I'd rip you. I'd tear
And you know what?
apart.
And I'd come right back after you
I
on
can't.
one of your picks on the radio. How about that?
I always admit I'm wrong. No weatherman has ever admitted they're wrong.
But I would. See,
None.
that would be the difference with me as a weatherman.
Well, if you do
I
that,
would come on the air the next day and say, "Look, I want to." I'll either say I want to give it up to myself. I was right on the money, or I'll just say, "Listen, I apologize. I was dead wrong yesterday. I apologize."
And
if
I'm
you
gonna
brought
rip.
your umbrella, you didn't need it. I apologize.
And I know you're the reason schools closed because you predicted a blizzard
That's fine.
and you didn't get a drop of snow.
And then when you predict somebody to win by 20 and they lose by 10, then I'll come after you.
That
We'll have a
doesn't-
radio television war.
That doesn't happen much. I can tell you that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, get the heck out of here. Hey, when it was 7-3 at halftime, both of our scores were looking bad on this one, right?
Well, when if they didn't score, just think. And Venables called those timeouts. So
I know. They wanted to score before the half. Can you imagine if they got shut out in a half?
that's one of the worst halves of OU offensive football I've ever seen.
I couldn't believe what I was watching.
I mean,
And if there's no doubt, Al, I can't wait to hear what they say. But if they don't say in this post-game show that we wanted to establish the run, then they're flat out lying to everybody. Because I guarantee they watched film and they thought, because Washington ran on them, right? And they thought, we're going to run right at this team.
That's absolutely right.
They couldn't do it.
They couldn't do it.
Nope, couldn't do it.
They definitely couldn't do it.
By the way, Marcus Major made a really nice move on that one
yes,
touchdown,
he did.
didn't he?
Yes,
that
he
was
did.
pretty good.
Yes,
Pretty good.
Yeah, they and I'm sure Brent Venables was unhappy. All the missed tackles, you can't have them.
Yeah, you mentioned the defensive backs. I thought they did not tackle very well today. I thought Bowman missed a couple tackles, and
No, I think you're right. I definitely.
but I
think
thought, like I said, Stutzman and who's the
Grimes
other guy?
played a really good.
Grimes played good,
defensive
but there's
end,
another
really good.
there's another linebacker. I thought
Well,
White,
Deshaun White played a good.
Deshaun
game.
White.
Yeah.
I thought those dudes tackled.
Yeah.
But again, if you're just joining us, if you're just tuning in, I've never sat down next to Al Especk for a post-game show and said, boy, I thought OU had some problems on defense, and they gave up 3 points.
Yeah,
It's the most psychotic thing I've ever seen. But you
under-
got to go by the
and
points.
under 300 yards.
That's right. That's the most important thing.
I mean, well, it's rare, with Grinch here, did they ever give up under 300 yards, and obviously not a touchdown. So progress is made on defense.
I will tell you this. I was watching the USC game, and his defense was getting lit. I mean, lit. Stanford, don't clap. They give up 14 points. But Stanford was inside the red zone like 5 times and could not score. Look at, is that Mike Stoops? That's Mike Stoops hugging Mark Stoops. Right there. They just hugged each other
That's really
because they're gonna win. They're gonna win the game. Look at him. He's so happy. That's a great win.
That
for
is a
Kentucky.
great.
That's gonna
win.
move them up with all these teams that are losing.
And drop Florida. I'm not
Yeah.
dropping them out of the top 25 because
Okay.
they had a good win. Okay,
Yeah.
but
Somebody's telling me that last year's Kansas was a terrible half. Was worse. against Kansas?
No, because I don't know. I mean, what they have against?
I don't remember. I remember it was a
Matt,
horrible
you remember?
game. I don't remember what the
But they
first half
just
was.
showered
Well, it was
Marks
pretty
in.
bad.
Yeah, I know they were
I
pretty
don't know.
bad.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was.
That one tonight was up there. It was up there.
Well, because Kent State's horrific, but so is Kansas.
But
so
I will tell you this:
defensively.
Kent State, they got a chance to win the MAC. They're not that horrific.
No, you're right. I agree with that.
And that quarterback, he's
Who's
a nice
that?
little player.
Who's that blonde?
I don't know. She's on the sideline. over
Matt, who is that? You have any idea watching Florida
there. What do you
game?
want to call her?
If
or
you're
what?
not, you should.
Okay.
I didn't catch your name, Al. Don't
Okay.
know.
Wait, get the BYU game on?
I don't know. I thought it was on here.
It's on right after.
Okay.
Okay. What's the score? What's going on in that game? It's on ESPN News.
That's-
I don't know if we get.
Okay, but it's going to ESPN once they talk to.
Do we get
Stu,
ESPN News on this channel? Let me see here.
BYU's already had 3-0.
Are they really? Okay.
Hey, good day for the Big 12.
It really was a nice day
I
for
mean,
the Big 12.
really
You're right.
good day.
Yep.
Yeah, Tech beat Houston.
Yeah, Iowa State beats Iowa.
Yep.
It was a.
No, you're right. No, it was. There's no doubt. It was a very good day for the Big 12.
Yeah, I mean the only teams to lose. West Virginia lost to a Big 12 team, and Texas lost to the number 1 team in the country by 1 point.
Yeah. No, you're
Assuming
right.
OSU hangs on here. Now Baylor's going to have their hands full tonight.
Yeah, but if they lose, they're losing to a team that's going to be in the Big 12.
Yeah, they're losing
Right.
to a future Big 12. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that? In today's Big 12 schedule, you had a game that would have been an old Big 8 game, let alone an old Big 12 game, Kansas State against Missouri.
Yep.
And you've got a future Big 12 game,
2 of them.
Baylor and BYU.
And Tech in Houston.
And Tech and Houston,
Well,
yeah.
Central Florida didn't look good the other night against Louisville.
No,
Got
you're
beat
right.
at home last night.
No, you're right.
Yeah, see, ESPN's gone to BYU now.
See, I'm looking at a 4 screen up here with I'm hoping they're going to go to BYU. I think I'm on ESPN. Oh, yeah, there we go. We're at the game now. So, well, 33-3. Good win. Anybody else that you kind of saw that you liked?
Oh,
I don't want to. I'll tell
What
you.
did you think of Gabriel tonight?
I mean,
I thought in the first half he held the ball too long a couple times.
yeah. I mean, look, I really like the kid. I mean, but he's
So do
just-
his parents.
I know, but he's just not a great player.
No.
He just isn't. You know, when you sit here for the years that you and I have sat here and watch the quarterback play that we have been able to watch, and then you see him play, unfortunately for him, he's just a notch below these guys. Is he a good player? Yes. Can they win the Big 12 with him? Yes. But he is not the level. I mean, look, don't anybody get mad at me, but I was watching Caleb Williams. It's not even in the same category. And I know y'all don't like him. I apologize. Don't get mad at me. But it's not even, they're not even the same atmosphere, Al.
Well,
Is that mean to say that?
no, because most of the quarterbacks in the country aren't in the same atmosphere as Caleb
I
Williams.
know, but I'm just saying. But that kind of guy has played
right.
at OU.
But I think the OU's hoping they got the Jackson Arnold coming next year. That is in that caliber again.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not saying they're going to
No,
get
right there.
quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, he's a good guy
He's
of the way it happened.
good system
You
quarterback.
lose both of your quarterbacks with a brand new staff. They brought in a good player.
Absolutely.
I like the kid. He's going to make a lot of plays now. He's going to try to get away. He does not have great quickness. He does not have great speed. So when he tries to move to get away, people are going to catch him, Al. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah.
But I don't want to rip on him because I like him. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the kid. And I'm very, very partial to left-handed quarterbacks. I think left-handers look so much better than
Of course, you're
right-handers.
left-handed.
It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Yes, left-handers. Left-handed swings in baseball, left-handed pass, much better than right-handers. So, okay, we got the BYU Baylor game. We need OSU's going here. We got 27-17.
Yeah, they're ready to put this game away.
Well, we'll see. They've been trying to put the game away for about 3 hours, and they haven't been able to do it. They're going to probably just start running the ball too with that wonderful play calling that they've got. Is that a fumble? Oh, there you go. The minute you said it, Al, they got it back though. Football feedback, Bud Light Game Time, live from historic Campus Corner in Norman. Here in the RV General Store, Sports Animal Mobile Studios, driven by Eskridge Lexus of Oklahoma City. Oklahoma wins 33-3. Didn't look like they'd get that many, but they did. Great second half. We'll come back. We'll take some calls and talk a lot more about this game and the rest of college football right here on the leader in sports, The Animal.
Product I've ever used, and amazing. I love my Navage. That's because Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less. But the biggest payoff is improved health. Here's the key point. Navage is good personal hygiene, and it's going to help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is here to keep your car on the road with our free loaner tool program. Your local store has more than 80 specialty tools available to rent for your next repair.
What
From
Matt, what
Campus
Matt?
Corner,
Impact
Okay,
player of
got
the
it.
game.
Okay.
Oklahoma City. Sponsored
Stanford
by
got
Park
400
Ridge
yards.
Medical.
Alex met Jim Traber here, historic Campus Corner, Oklahoma 33, over Kent State 3. Up next, Nebraska next Saturday in Lincoln. Impact play the game, no doubt. Marvin Mims,
Yeah,
the best player.
give him the ball. The guy's unbelievable, man. When he gets the ball, give him the ball. Really, really good player. And we thank Doc Lopez and his car clinic
Absolutely.
there, car crash clinic there. By the way, OSU scores, so that puts
This
him up.
game's out. Oh,
Yeah, it looks like that's probably over now, 34-17. And then BYU is playing.
3-0.
They're playing well.
And
Playing well
so
against Baylor.
Georgia Southern.
Georgia Southern up 38-35 against Nebraska with about 9 minutes to go. So
I tell you what, he loses that and loses OU. I think October 1st he gets fired.
you would think so. I mean, I don't know why you would
I don't
keep
care
him.
what they say. Well, Nebraska don't do it that way. I mean, it's so embarrassing.
Oh, if he loses to Georgia Southern, are you kidding me? You know how bad that loss is?
I mean,
Al?
it is.
I wonder. I mean, I'm talking about a home loss for Nebraska. I wonder. Maybe, Matt, you can look, Matt. Is there a worse home loss that they've had under Frost than a Georgia Southern? I mean, that is just terrible. You know? It's not over yet, though. I mean, there's still 9 minutes left.
Yeah.
So.
But it just shows you. Last week they were tied at halftime with what? North Dakota.
North Dakota, yeah.
There was not a worse home loss a year ago because every home loss they had last year was in the Big Ten. Michigan, we're talking about home losses. Michigan, Purdue, Ohio State, Iowa.
9 close.
They beat Northwestern, Fordham, and Buffalo at home a year ago. In 2020, of course, they only played Big Ten teams.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. What year did he get the job? 19, maybe?
This is his
this
is his fifth year.
Okay, so 18.
If I'm
would
not
be his first
mistaken,
year.
I think it's his fifth year.
I think it is.
Home losses in 19, only ones were to Big Ten teams. They beat South Alabama. They beat Northern Illinois in the non-conference.
Okay.
In 18, they lost. Colorado in 18 probably wasn't worse. Not than Georgia Southern.
No.
Troy, probably not.
So they lost to Troy at home? Wow.
In 2018, yes, 24-19.
Okay. But this is Georgia Southern is probably the worst.
This would be the worst if they do lose it.
Okay. Well, it's they better do something the next 8 or 9 minutes of the game.
You got stats, Matt?
I do. Let's see. Oklahoma 33-3. Gabriel 21 of 28, 296, 3 touchdowns. Eric Gray 10 carries, 71 yards. Now 44 of that did come on one run. Marcus Major 5 carries for 38 yards and a touchdown. I believe that was his long of 16. Tawi Walker 5 carries, 21 yards. Javante Barnes 9 for 21. Mims, like you guys talked about, 7 catches, 163 yards and 2 touchdowns. Theo Weiss 3 catches, 37 yards. Drake Stoops 3 for 33 and a score. That was a brilliant run after that catch.
That really was.
Daniel Parker had 2 catches, 21 yards. 6 other Sooners caught a pass. Let's see. Team-wise, both teams had 20 first downs. Neither team was very good on third down. Kent State was 6 of 16. OU was 3 of 12. And OU, for like a long time, was like 1 of 8, 1 of 9 on third down. I mean, they only had like 1 third down conversion for a good portion of the game. OU 1 of 2 on fourth down. Kent State 0 of 1. Total yardage, Oklahoma had 430 yards compared to only 295 for Kent State. We gave the passing numbers for OU, 21 of 28 for 296. Kent State as a team, 11 of 21 for 131 yards and an interception that if Harrington hadn't bobbled, he could have returned for a touchdown, but he kind of bobbled it a little bit. Kent State had more rushing yards. They ran it 52 times for 164 yards, just over 3 a carry. Oklahoma, 36 carries, 134 yards, a little more than 3.5 a carry. Oklahoma, 5 penalties, 25 yards. Kent State, 7 for 56. Kent State had 2 turnovers, 1 interception, 1 fumble, and possession once again meaningless because Kent State had 36 minutes and 19 seconds compared to 23:41 for Oklahoma.
Well, Oklahoma only had 7 first downs in the first half, and how many did they pick up on that last touchdown drive, right?
3, right?
That's
Was
how
it
Three,
Yeah.
at least 3.
That's how bad that offense was.
Oh, I
in the
know.
first
It
half.
was. I couldn't believe I was watching it. But if you're just joining in, there's no doubt. I think you agree with me, Al. They thought we're going to run the ball down their throat. That's what we're going to do, and it didn't work.
And I think that on defense, I thought Oklahoma probably thought Kansas State was going to try to pass the ball over.
Absolutely, they did. Yeah, I think that what they thought was when Kent State started to have a couple runs for yardage, they thought, okay, maybe we can slow this game down. Make it a shorter game. Maybe we have a chance.
Which is
and
brilliant.
they did
for a half.
at halftime.
Totally agree. It was brilliant. Absolutely.
So it really was. But then obviously OU got rolling and then it was over with. But I give credit to Kent State. They did a nice job.
Now they're going to Georgia next week. By the way, I'm going
No. Actually, they play.
And then
They play one.
when did they
Long
play Georgia?
Island, I think, next
Okay.
week.
OIU?
Then they go to Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go out on the limb and pick Georgia.
I think so.
What
I'm with you.
What did they win by today, by the way?
It was 33-0 at one point.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
think
what
it ended
ended.
up 33-0.
I think they quit. 33-0 early. It was 33-0 early too. Samford.
Well, yeah, it's just a crazy day. Today was just a bizarre day, and it started with at 11 o'clock with the Texas Alabama game.
It really was. Unbelievable day. Unbelievable day of football.
OSU's going to move up in the ratings.
Oh, yeah. Heck
Somebody
yeah.
think
They're
was-
number 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, they're 11. I mean, what if Baylor loses?
Yeah.
They'll move ahead of Baylor. They're going to move ahead of
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. They're going to move ahead of Texas A&M. Yeah, they'll go up. They could get up to about maybe 8. And then OU's going to move ahead of A&M.
Yep.
Now Notre Dame was beneath.
Right.
So, yeah, we could have OU at maybe 5 and OSU at maybe 8. Huh? A possibility. Good stuff.
Kansas cracks the top 25. If I'm voting in my 10th.
Kansas. That's beautiful.
Tennessee with a good win.
Yeah, really nice win. Josh Heupel's doing a good job.
Yeah.
He's one of those dudes. We said that we thought a guy's a good fit. He's going to do well. I just didn't think he was going to be a good head coach. I was dead wrong. He's doing a nice job. He did a nice job at Central Florida. He's doing a nice job there.
Yeah. He's done a really, really good job.
I just
So
didn't like his personality, Al, as a head coach, but it's working.
No. So, yeah, the really, really strange. Okay. Let's get phone calls going, folks.
Let's do it.
Hands are empty.
We need phone calls. Nobody wants to talk. Let's fill them up.
Let's get
405
any
900.
Any interesting texts on our
Can I get the phone
trade
number real quick?
pro? What?
405 900 9957.
You memorize it great since we
That's our
changed
lucky
it.
star line. I know I haven't made a mistake yet, or at least in the last couple weeks.
We'll check
Anything-
we'll check the text here in a second on Twitter. Hashtag WWLS Game Day. Big Red Ron says OU defense was good. Offense didn't wake up, perform until the second half or right before it. Would have loved to have heard the halftime speech by Venables. First half performance looked like OU might have been another victim of the upset Saturday. Need to be much better. Bridget tweets in, what do you think of the LED light show? Does it add to the game? For TV watchers, it's distracting and annoying. Perhaps it's better in person. Something all the stadiums are doing. I don't know. I think it's silly.
Wait, is that
but
when
whatever.
they turned the lights off and they
Yes.
went back on?
Yes.
Okay. I don't even notice that kind of stuff. So did you notice it, Al? I guess you guys talked a lot about it during the game.
I noticed it. I thought it was strange.
When the lights went off, I thought, oh, that's great. We got a
I
power
think
outage,
I
and
thought
the
the
game's
same
going to
thing.
be even longer.
I thought the same thing.
Because whenever we get a hour and 15-minute first half, I'm thinking something's going to happen. There's no way that we're going to get out of here this early. But we rolled along.
No, it
Very
was
impressive.
Really, really, really nice. This BYU game, I mean, neither team offensively can do much.
Not yet.
Not yet. He's
No,
right.
not yet.
So,
Let's get the phones going. Also, I want to remind people that we're streaming right now. We are on everything. YouTube. We're on our Sports Animal website. We're on, what else are we on? I can't even remember. Facebook Live,
Netflix.
the app. We're everywhere. Check us out.
Check us out.
And then soon now, there's going to come a day out where we're going to have a monitor and people are going to be able to say things to us on the daggone deal. And that'll be scary.
Really scary.
Really scary.
I mean, as scary as can be.
I purposely don't look at the text line because they tell me I get a lot of texts where they rip me.
That's true.
I purposely don't. I let Matt Ravis look at it. And
then Tony sometimes we won't tell
Tony,
us when we're getting
Tony
ripped.
won't tell us. You're right.
Yeah, he won't tell us.
You're exactly
He
right.
just tells us we're getting ripped.
Exactly
So-
right. So,
I mean,
Matt, is there any phone calls at all? Or they're just
Yeah,
phone off?
lines are full now.
That's what I thought.
Okay,
So
let's get it
do
going.
Come on, let's
you're
go.
on WLS Sports Animal. Talk to us, please.
Yeah, hey Jim, Al.
What's up?
Yeah.
Hey man,
Go ahead.
love
What's
you
up?
guys' show.
Thank
Hey, I just got one observation. I want to get you guys' feedback off the air.
Okay.
The first game and this game, all of Dylan Gabriel's sacks, he doesn't seem to want to throw the ball out or throw it away, and seems to just take the sacks, and that kind of concerns me. What do you guys think?
He
I'll take it off the
okay. I think it's a great observation. He does not throw the ball away. I don't think he's thrown the ball away once in 2 games. You remember?
Yeah, I don't remember. I said it last week. I thought it today also. A couple times you just hold it.
Let me give you a little theory, okay? You remember how we talked about Central Florida, solid football, but the league is not near as good as this one. I wonder, Al, in that league, he maybe ran away from some people where maybe he won't hear. Now, he's played UTEP and Central Michigan, and Kent State. So, but I'm just wondering now, do you think maybe he thinks he can do a little bit more than he does?
Yes.
It looks that way a little bit, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It definitely does.
Well, he's got to get rid of that.
No, I tell you what, Kansas State, they got them in 2 weeks, and Kansas State was really impressive.
And their
today.
defense, it's
Yeah.
obvious that Kansas State's defense is good. That'll be a great matchup. It really will.
That'll be a really, really good game.
And Kansas State has won in this place.
The Big 12 was definitely probably better than we thought it was going to be. It is definitely better.
Well,
So,
with Kansas,
and Texas,
yep.
Kansas
Texas
State,
Tech.
Texas Tech, yeah.
I mean, Texas Tech was picked last by some people in the league.
So
Who's
yeah.
Tram going to have number 1 in the league this week? Who's
Who
win? Who
does
has the best
TCU
win?
play? Had TCU this week.
I don't
last
know.
year.
I don't. Is TCU off this week? I didn't even heard of them. I don't know what
Playing
they're doing.
Tarleton.
Tarleton State. Wow,
Yep.
Tarleton State.
Are you kidding me?
That is horrible. How do you put them on your roster?
How are they
call
doing?
them up?
What's the score of that game, Matt?
They were up big. They're up 59-17, fourth quarter.
Okay.
Wow. Now, is Chad Moore? Did he get lost for the season?
I haven't heard. I know he's out for a while. I don't know how long it is, though.
Interesting.
Let's
Let's get back to the phones. You're on the Sports Animal. Talk to us, please.
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good.
Hey man, I just got one thing. Is it just bizarro world in college football today?
Yes.
I mean, game after game, it's crazy.
Yep.
I mean, at Appalachian State over A&M, you got to be kidding me.
Every year there's a Saturday that's psychotic, and this is the one. There's no doubt about it. And by the way, good for OU and OSU avoiding it. Because let me tell you something. Appalachian State beating Texas A&M would be about similar to Kent State beating OU.
Yeah,
Right?
no doubt.
So, I mean, that's you got to avoid the psycho day. OU had a psycho first half. They came back and played well, and they took care of business. But, yes, this has been a crazy day.
I wonder in the SEC, it appears obviously right now, Georgia's 1, Alabama 2, and Kentucky's 3. Who in the pecking orders after that?
I mean, I still think Florida's pretty good. A&M's got to be decent. I mean, they got to be decent,
Let me
right?
get it. They'll probably lose 4 or 5 games like they usually
Oh,
do,
my
right?
gosh, if they do that out,
They can't beat Appalachian State at home.
I know,
Who are they going to beat?
No, I understand, but if they lose 4 or 5 games out, it will be. I mean, that's
That's
crazy.
their typical season.
I know,
They've
but
gone, I think, twice since the century began of not losing 4 games.
by the way, Georgia Southern still up on Nebraska, 38-35.
Well, Nebraska playing great defense.
5 minutes left.
One break, please.
By the way, I just got a text from a guy. He's exactly right. I don't know if Appalachian State is not the team that you should put on your daggone schedule because they're not that they're great, but you better play. They could be 2-0, like you said.
Yeah, absolutely.
If their kicker, well, first of all, no, that was East Carolina. They missed two-point conversions. So, football feedback, Bud Light Game Time here on the Sports Animal, all driven by Eskridge Lexus. We are live from historic Campus Corner in Norman. We're in the RV General Store Sports Animal Mobile Studios. Let's light the phones up, 405-900-9957. We'll take text. We'll do it all. Oklahoma wins 33-3 right here on the leader in sports, the Animal.
Norman, myself, Al Eschbach, and Jim Trabe, Oklahoma 33 to 3 over Kent State. We'll go here first. Who engineered the women drive? Marvin Mims did.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. They
Uh,
forgot that he was on the team for a while, and then they gave him the ball, and they started scoring.
Had a big night. And let's go bring in Gideon Hamilton, Rashawn Woods. Nice victory for Oklahoma State. Who you guys going to give the engineering winning drive the game to?
So Oklahoma State went up 7-3. They never trailed after this. This was after a turnover early in the game, and Spencer Sanders was moderately ineffective early on in this game. I think it was 12 of 26 at one point. A big time step down from where he was in week one. And so the Cowboys ran 5 straight times. Dominic Richardson had 4 carries, including a touchdown. Spencer Sanders ran it once, 5 plays, 37 yards. That put Oklahoma State up 7-3. And the Cowboys had a varying amount of control on the game after that.
Yeah, I watched the whole game up there, guys. Gosh, I thought that the play is Rashawn with us?
Yeah,
I mean, you can yell at me if you want to, but I thought the play calling in the first quarter and a half was just junk, dude. I mean, I don't know what they were doing, running the ball all over the place. And then Spencer Sanders, who obviously can play great football, throws the ball to the other team again, and you're thinking, oh, my gosh, are they going to lose this game? But then they came back. That's what I looked at. I don't know. Your thoughts, Rashawn?
Yeah, they definitely started off slow. I thought Arizona State was probably a little bit better than maybe they gave them credit. It almost seemed like they had to maybe hit another gear. But, yeah, offensively, it definitely was slow out of the gate. But, hey, great day for the defense because they really answered some questions that I had more so than the offense. I mean, I knew, and we talked about it last week, really, is this the identity of Oklahoma State's offense? Is this what we're going to see from here on out? I wasn't for sure. And the same thing for the defense. And now, definitively, we can say that, this was a decent offense that Oklahoma State faced in Arizona State. And this defensive line is phenomenal, right? I mean, It's just that's just the bottom line. The addition with Trace Ford back off of injury, the guy looked big time, along with other guys on that front, constantly got pressure on the quarterback, made him uncomfortable. Now, I can tell you this. The secondary and the linebacker play is not what it was of last year. It's not what it was. But there was enough plays there that they made. There was some penalties and some missed assignments in the secondary and so on and so forth. But with all that being said, I would grade out the defense a lot higher than I would the offense today just because of the slow start. But
2 of 13 on third down defensively. That was really, really good.
Exactly. But it's still 34-17. It's still a solid win for the Cowboys at home. And you want to improve and work on some things with the win, no doubt.
As far as throwing the ball in the second half, they had that one flea flicker from 31 yards out. All I saw them throw in the second half was screens. Yeah. I mean, Dominic Richardson had the ball in his hands it seemed like every play after he came back in after he got hurt in the second half. So
27 carries, man.
Yeah, he dominated.
Yeah, 130 yards. I told you the guy, give him the ball, feed the beast, and that's just the bottom line of it. The way he was downhill reminded me of the guy that's at Carolina now, man. I'm not great with names.
Christian McCaffrey.
No, the guy from Oklahoma State is with
Chuba
Hubbard. He reminds me of the first year Chuba Hubbard came on the scene. The first season Chuba Hubbard, not the last season Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
Right. He reminded me of him. The way he was downhill, the way he attacked the hole. He even had some moves to him, a bigger guy that could catch the ball as well. And so it's good to see that and answer the question of the running game that we didn't see in the first game, right? When those were questions, those were things that we wanted to see. And just about everything that we didn't see in the first game, we saw this game in a shaky victory.
Yeah, Dominic Richardson, Ollie Gordon, big time in the second half. Both those guys played well. Ollie got that touchdown for OSU in the second half.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a little problem here. Somebody always knocked. Okay, but we're Dominic Richardson, one of these guys. I think some OSU fans underappreciate Dominic Richardson. I think, okay, well, he's not going to be the guy. He's going to be he's a guy who had a great career at McGinnis. He got blew his knee out, tore his knee up one year, but He's a tough competitor, it seems. He's the kind of guy that you can win with, right?
Yeah, he's not a great player, but he's a
really
good, solid
player.
I think that they've got a couple of those youngsters that I think are probably going to end up being better than him, but I don't think they're ready to play yet, But, I mean, he's a good football player, Rashawn. There's no doubt about it. They got a bunch of good football players. And I thought the offensive line blocked a lot better after the first, like I said, quarter and a half or so. And, hey, it's a good win. It's a Power 5 team. You won by more than what you were supposed to, according to the spread. It was a little bit slow in the beginning, but they got there, and now you move on. And let me tell you, the Big 12 is looking pretty good, Gideon.
Yeah, I've had some good results so far. I still don't know how good anybody really is, and so maybe that opens things up a little bit more for Oklahoma State. But there's still some question marks, especially when they play a team that can throw downfield a little
Watch
bit
out
more.
for the Jayhawks. Kansas is coming for all of us. They're coming for us all.
And by the way, you should call West Virginia. You could be the next coach there, Rashawn. Okay?
What a bad loss.
Yeah, when you lose at home to Kansas, you better look out. And that is not good.
And give up all the points they gave up. I mean, are you kidding me?
JT Daniel looked great in that game. And then every time they'd score, Kansas come right back down the field and score. It was crazy. But, hey, congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. Okay, you want to get back to the phones or something? What we got?
Yeah, let's go back to phone. You're on the sports animal. Talk to us, please.
Yeah, Al, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, hey, listen, set on the 50-yard line at the OU game. Just listen to Rashawn Woods. It's fascinating. 2 for 13. OSU held Arizona State third down. That's what OU did, and they win 33-3. Here's an observation I had, and I'll take your answer to the question off the air. Listen to it. We were watching OU run the ball up the middle for nothing. Then they threw third down, incomplete. Next possession, up the middle, same thing. And here's my question. Were our offensive linemen getting manhandled by Kent State, or did Kent State do some things, stunts and so on this week that OU was not expecting? What do you guys think?
I think they got dominated early. The OU offensive line.
No doubt. They were terrible in the first half.
They were just terrible. I watch, I hate to kill this kid, the Anton Harrison, because he might be in the first round, but I purposely watched him 2 different times. Guy went right by him. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, they got to move him back to the other side of the tackle.
Maybe that's
they got to
true.
get Wanya Morris over there. And
you might be right, Al.
They've had him there 2 weeks now.
Sometimes people can play one side of the line better than the other, I guess. I don't know.
And
but
Guy got hurt late in the game.
Yeah, well, the offensive line for OU blocked very poorly for most of the first half.
Horrific for the most part in the first half.
And again, you give credit to Kent State, but Washington ran on them, so you would hope
I don't
that
give
OU
any
could.
credit to Kent State.
Yes,
I think
you
that
did. You'll get
no,
credit.
I don't. I said you
Stop
said
it.
Washington ran on him. Why
I
am
know,
gonna
but I give
credit
credit because they work. I like these guys that have no chance and they just
Yeah,
work
I
hard.
don't. I like the superheroes.
Okay, are you a superhero?
Batman. That's why I always like the Batman movies.
Really? Are you
which
Batman?
guys? Which Batman movies you like the most?
I don't know. I don't watch
I'm
them
going
all.
Batman, the original. What about you guys? Rashawn, Gideon?
Rashawn, are you a Batman guy?
I'm a Batman guy all the way, but I didn't like the last. I didn't like the
last
one. The last one. I like the
Batman,
Christian Bale. I like the Christian Bale
Dark
one
Knight.
with Bane and all of those guys, and I like that one. That was legit, man.
Gideon, give me your movie freak.
Yeah, the middle of the Christopher Nolan movies, The Dark Knight really stands out. But like you, Al, I did like the original Batman.
I go back to
89.
Jack Nicholson. And
Yeah, that's your point. The
wasn't
original.
it? Didn't
Michael
Jim Carrey?
Keaton. Michael
Jim
Keaton.
Carrey play the Joker? I mean, the Riddler.
No, that was the third one.
That was the Riddler,
that
right?
group.
Didn't he play the Riddler?
Yeah.
You did,
How old was I? What year was
And
that?
we don't care. You're a baby. You're a baby.
That's
Stop,
what I'm saying.
okay?
I'm still on the tip, man. I need to go back and watch them.
Go back and watch them.
to verify.
Yes.
To verify if these
89
are really
one
good
was-
or not.
Hey, Nicholson was as good as he could be as a Joker.
Yeah, he was great. Now, Gideon, did you hear our movies on Friday by any chance?
Did not hear him. No.
Okay. Thanks a lot for listening. We appreciate it.
Hey, you can go to you can see on the It's their list.
That's
okay?
right. They're on our
Yeah,
our
all right.
website. You
Yeah.
can do that.
Oh, okay.
And
I'll
then-
check it out.
Yeah, I bet you won't.
Yeah,
but thanks
right.
anyway, Gideon. Go ahead, Al. Back to the phone.
Let's get back to the phones. You're on the animal. Go ahead.
How's it going?
What's up?
Yeah, go
Hey,
ahead.
I just wanted to congratulate OU on their game tonight. They performed excellently, and I wanted to give Stutzman congratulations for doing so well tonight.
He's a football player. There's no doubt about it. They got a good linebacker in Stutzman. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Boy, this Baylor BYU game, two really good defenses, two pretty bad offenses.
Right now, it looks
Right.
That's exactly what it looks like. Yeah, you're exactly right.
So
we got any text? By the way, you can text and call about OSU as well. All the OSU fans, if you're driving home from Stillwater, started raining up there, didn't it, Gideon?
Oh, yeah. Pretty early in the third quarter, rain started coming down. And I saw at that point that it was going to rain for about an hour, hour and a half or so. So I hightailed it back here to watch the game on one of our screens. But, yeah, those guys had to deal with that for a while. And I think that's probably why we didn't see as much stuff downfield in the second half as we did in the first half.
By the way, Georgia Southern has scored, Al.
Oh, no, they're going to beat Nebraska?
With 30 seconds to go, they're up 45-42 on Nebraska. So, seriously, if we don't want to talk about OU, Nebraska fans, if you'd like to call in and tell me how great things are, feel free. I'd love to hear from y'all, okay? That you are ripping me to shreds and telling me how things are fine and everything
Well,
like
again,
that.
that's a minority because on their
Well,
message board,
they were calling me.
They wanted Scott Frost fired right at the Northwestern game.
Well, they probably should get rid of him pretty soon. We'll see.
The buyout goes from $15 million to $7.5 million October 1st.
Well, then October 2nd, they should say, see
Break
you
when
later.
you're ready.
Should
No,
see
I fired him
you
October
later.
1st. Midnight.
See, that's
of
why you're so
October
daggone
1st.
mean, man. So you're just mean. Give him a day.
No,
Like
midnight,
Now listen.
October 1st.
Now
hey.
listen.
12:01.
That's right.
Yeah.
Listen. If he
What?
gets through October 1st, he'll take a deep breath, and then you fire him. How about that?
You give
Isn't
him a
that even
vote of
better?
confidence
No.
October 1st.
Yeah.
Fire him October 2nd.
See?
I like that.
Now that's better.
I like that.
Thank you very
Yes,
much.
I like that.
But
a
they're
lot.
going to keep him. They're keeping him because he's a great football coach, and he's theirs. He's theirs.
He's one of them.
He's one of them.
The black shirts.
I'll tell you what, when he's walking off the field today, there will be someone who yells from the stands, "You're not with us anymore."
Hey, Rashawn, you played against them. Isn't it sad in a way, man, what's happened to them?
Amazing.
Yeah, it's always a tough deal, especially when you're the guy, when you're one of the guys, man. But hey, golly, it's brutal. It's life. You know how it is, man. I mean, shoot,
That's like Frank
golly.
Sinatra.
Gideon, you remember Bob Simmons' first game? Gideon, you remember Bob Simmons' first game?
It was against Nebraska. It was
Thursday
weird
night.
because they had a conference game for their first game.
Thursday night.
I'm in Vegas.
I was there.
I'm in
Al was in
Vegas.
Vegas betting on Nebraska.
Yes, I was.
They beat them 64-20, I think the final was. From that point until now, look at how those two programs have changed. Is that incredible? If I'd have gone on the air
It
after
is.
that game and said, hey, fellas, in 20-something years, these two, they're going to switch, they'd have kicked me off the radio. I'd have been done. I'd never done a radio show ever again. But
We would have put you in a home.
that's in a home. You like when
They
I say that,
still
don't you,
might.
Gideon?
Yeah, I
They
do.
still
Yeah,
might.
it's one of my favorites.
Gideon is always like
They
that.
still might.
That's right. You'd have put me in a home.
Yeah.
I love that. That is a good line, by the way.
It is.
Thank you.
It is.
It's
Still
mine.
got time to be putting that at home.
Football feedback, Bud Light game. It's soon. It's coming soon. Al, relax. Football feedback, Bud Light game time. We're at Historic Campus Corner in Norman, and Gideon and Rashawn are up in beautiful Stillwater in front of Eskimo Joe's. It's all driven by Eskridge Lexus of Oklahoma City. I can't remember the score of your game, 34-17, if I'm not mistaken. And it was 33-3 down here. Text messages, phone calls, both schools. We'll be back with a lot more right here on The Animal.
the offensive line coach at Oklahoma. So can't disagree with that. It was not pretty in the first half. So we will take your texts and your tweets, plus your phone calls. Lines are full. We'll get to those next here on Football Feedback, 98.1 FM, WWLS, the sports animal.
Football Feedback and Bud Light Game Time inside the RV General Store mobile studio from Campus Corner.
Okay, both places. Who rose to the occasion here?
Sino, Air Comfort Solutions, Bob Moore Nissan, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and Travis Watkins, tax attorney. Who rose to the occasion? Sponsored by Park Ridge Medical Clinic, dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies, treating the root cause of ED to men in the greater Oklahoma City area.
Hey, guys, we're up.
And we're back. Myself, Al Eschbach, Jim Traber, here in Norman, Gideon Hamilton, Rashawn Woods up in Stillwater. Who rose to the occasion in Norman? I got to give it to whoever decided to have a light show after a score. Okay?
You like that?
I like that a lot.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it who rose to the occasion. Can you beat that guy
Were
in
you thinking about
Stillwater?
the whole time?
Yeah?
Or-
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Jim was going back, going out to a lot of laser shows in the 70s.
Yeah, on acid probably.
Wow.
Coming after you, man.
I was in high school in the 70s. I don't think I was doing any acid in the 70s. But, thank you.
You were doing homework.
Yeah,
You was doing homework.
Absolutely, I was. Drinking milkshakes is what I was doing in the 70s.
So we've got an award later that's going to go to Dominic Richardson. So who rose to the occasion? I'd say the defensive line. Martin, Lacey, Ford, those guys were all excellent.
That's exactly right, man. I mean, you think about it, Trace Ford that jumped off the page for me. I want to say maybe it was Colin Clay. Was that the guy with the braids? I'm not 100%. 93.
Clay.
He made a couple of plays, man, that were just flat out just knocking the defensive guy or the tackle or whoever it was off of the football.
How about
right?
how about the safety that Oliver had where he went? I mean, the sack where he went over top of the guy and just grabbed him and brought the
He's
quarterback
a good
down.
player, isn't
He
he?
is so good.
I love
yeah,
him.
and then you got Ford coming back looking really, really good, and you got Lacey, and I mean they are just loaded on the outside.
Really
yeah,
good.
Yeah, the guy we had never talked about, Xavier Benson, guy number one. I mean, he was bringing pressure up the middle. I mean, just bench pressing the freaking center, man.
Yeah,
bench pressing them and making plays in the backfield. Like he did that maybe 2 or 3 times. I mean, like they've got real talent up there up front.
yeah.
Right?
No, they do. They're really
Let,
good
let,
up front.
let me ask you guys, because I really don't have much of a sense of humor, but I think it's kind of funny that Appalachian State beat A&M. I mean, those people there, don't you really, a program like that? I'm sorry, guys, when they're every year you hear, and who's that dude that calls out station all the time?
Yeah. Aggie
dumbass.
Aggie Dave.
So,
wow. I'm sure he's listening. You shouldn't probably say that about him.
No, I think
Oh,
he's
he's
Hey,
yeah.
Let me listen
He's
to me.
on the way now.
But let me say something different too. For you people out there that are listening to this program, I wish you would take the earwax out of your ears. We have been talking about the offensive line since we went on the air. And then someone sends in a text and go, I can't believe you guys aren't talking about the
They
offensive
were
line.
horrific in the first half. Horrific.
Oh, my God.
And let me
Please.
tell you, you know what also?
What's that?
Okay, you can blame coach. And Rashawn, help me, because you coach. Why don't sometimes people blame players?
Well, it's always the coaches, isn't
Yeah,
it, LaShawn?
players never get blamed.
Hey, you know, it's the politically correct thing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's that you don't go out there. You know how bad it would be if he was just like, hey, Spencer Sanders, it's his fault. He's the one that didn't make the read. I coached him up on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Okay. And he goes out there and does his own thing, man. He does his own thing.
I like that.
It's his fault.
I like
You know,
that.
nobody's
sounds,
gonna do that.
sounds like
Coach.
you've heard a
Come
little.
on, man.
Sounds like you've heard a little bit of that in Enid, I guess maybe.
Hey, I'm telling. Hey, I'll will never. I'll do that. Like with my quarterback.
Right.
Like I know I'm bringing them along, especially early on, or whoever it is. Right.
Right.
And you when I've had situations where we go to the sideline, I've called timeout, and I tell a kid, hey, we're going to this guy right here. We're going to this guy. And then he goes out there and he throws to somebody else, and the guy that I told him to throw to was wide open, and then he comes to the sideline. He's like, "Well, he was open." I was like, "I told you he was going to be open before you threw the ball to the other guy. I told you."
That's
right?
beautiful.
And then after the game, when it's over and we've lost the game, then the guy comes up, "Hey, what happened on the pass where he threw the interception on the guy?" And I'm thinking to myself, like, it's my fault. I got to be a better play caller.
You're a bad coach. You're a bad coach.
Yeah, I've got to be better. I've got to be better. And I'm thinking to myself,
that's why I wouldn't be a good coach, because I would have said, "Yeah, I told the dude to throw it to this guy, and he threw it over there." That's what I would say.
Yeah, right.
But that's a different story.
That's right. Then it'll be on Twitter. The mom's coming after me. The dad's coming after me.
Oh, I know.
They'll be calling you guys. They'll be calling you. They'll be
Beautiful.
like, "Jim,
Rashawn
Woods doesn't know what he stinks." And you're like, "I don't freaking watch Eat It. Why are you calling us?"
Who was the Colorado coach? He was at Northwestern. Gary Barnett. Who said this female kicker, she stinks.
Yeah, she did. She did say that. He was
And he
okay
got
to say it about a
trouble.
girl.
Yeah.
Hey, let me read y'all something.
Good.
Do any of you guys know, because I didn't, you know the coaches at Georgia Southern that just beat Nebraska?
Who? I don't have no idea.
Clay Helton.
Really?
Got fired at USC, goes to Georgia Southern, goes up there. By the way, 3 Sun Belt teams took down Power 5 programs today. 3 Sun Belt teams. That's pretty cool, huh?
Marshall, Appalachian State, and Georgia Southern.
That's right. Off there they are. Marshall, Georgia Southern.
I've never
Appalachian
seen
State.
a day like this with 3 like that.
No, you'll see one.
You'll see one, not 3.
All of them are like, the Big 12 should be blowing our phones up tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
They'll be begging us to come into the league now.
No, you're right. Good stuff. Al,
Let's
when we
get
back to the
let's
phone.
get phone going. You're on WS Sports Animal. Talk to us, please. Go ahead.
You there?
Hey, is it me?
Yeah, go ahead.
it's you.
Hey, I just want to go ahead and say thank you, Jim. I watch or listen to you all the time.
Thank you.
Inspired me to
Thank you.
start a podcast this past year.
Oh,
so,
good. Very nice.
I
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Appreciate that.
All that. But yeah, I just wanted to give a little bit of insight to the stadium. The first half, it seemed like the fans' energy was still out of it. They were really only there for the scene setter and BB. And then the second half, when all of a sudden the lights started changing, it seemed like the energy changed, and you saw the team change.
Maybe that's because they're
I gave it
scoring.
up. That's when I gave it to the light guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think maybe they changed because they
light
started
guy.
scoring and doing some things. But that's cool. So I think that caller was trying to say he liked the light show, Al. So
Yeah.
he's with you, Al.
Yeah. Change the game.
By the way, Baylor finally driving here with 6 minutes left in the half. This game 3-0. Fall asleep
When's the
out there.
last time you seen a 3-0?
Oh, my God.
Let's see Iowa State play.
Well, guess what? The OU game was 3-0
You're
at
right.
this point too.
Yep, you're right. How about
Crazy.
Iowa scored 14 points. Now, man, is Francis Son the offensive coordinator up there now?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is, for instance, son. That's a good win for Iowa State. Really good win for Iowa State today.
Let's get back to the phone. You're on the Animal. Go ahead.
Is that me?
Yep.
It's you.
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to clarify on earlier, y'all kind of had questions on why Oklahoma and Oklahoma State was rooting for Texas today.
Okay, I can't wait to hear this. Go ahead.
Well, and it has, for I think the most fan, it has nothing to do with what the guy in the crowd said about game day. It's basically because it knocks Alabama off the top run, and when we beat Texas, it helps our position.
Yeah, and if Texas
Both
beats you, then you're done, right? You see, if Texas beats Alabama and Texas beats OU, then you have no chance. That's all I'm trying to say. I can have 15 calls in a row telling me why you should root for another school in your conference, and I'll disagree with you every
You're
time.
wrong. You're wrong.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
You'll never see an Auburn fan want Alabama win a game. Either they're playing against the Soviet Union.
Yeah. Hey, I will bet. Which, by the way, there is no such thing as a Soviet
I
Union, but
call
that's
that.
good.
I know.
I know. You're an old man. That's okay. You're fine.
Khrushchev died.
I will say this, though. I guarantee you that the Alabama and all those people, they're laughing at A&M today. They were not cheering for A&M. They were cheering
you're
for
right.
Appalachian
Hey,
State.
you think Saban's, he had a bad day, but he's doing shots right now.
No, I made him much happier.
Hey, Jimbo, congratulations,
That's right,
man.
Jimbo.
Great job, Jimbo.
You beat me last year.
Hey,
It doesn't mean anything
how's
now.
that
So.
NIL working out for you, Jimbo?
Okay. Hey, I don't want to be mean to that caller. I'm just telling y'all.
You're wrong. He's wrong.
There's
He's
no
wrong.
reason. Yeah. If you want to do it, fine, but you're wrong. So, good, Al. You're
Okay.
on fire, Al. You're on fire.
Let's get back to Baylor's going to score here.
They're coming close.
They're coming. Just run right down. They're not even throwing the ball. Just run.
Nope, running it.
You're on the animal. Go ahead. Talk to us, please.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Is it me?
Yeah.
It's you.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Hey, I just want to say congratulations to Mark Stoops and all the Kentucky coaching staff. It was a big win today
Pretty cool.
for them.
Yep.
Yeah, I am a.
They're no
Sooner.
longer a
Moved
basketball
up-
school.
That's right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
man.
I loved Bob's comment about that too. God, that was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, I am a Sooner, but I moved to Northwest Arkansas 4 years ago, so I'm trapped
feel
up
for
here
you.
with all these pigs.
Okay.
Hey, watching their game today, I was flashing back to OU last year with Rattler at South Carolina,
Right.
Stogner, South Carolina, and then Hazelwood now playing for the Hogs.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here thinking, man, these are all my Sooners. What the heck?
I know. I mean, that's going to happen nowadays with all this, with all the portal and all the stuff. I watched a little bit of that game. Arkansas is pretty good, man. Pittman's doing a nice job.
Yeah, the quarterback Jefferson's pretty good.
He's good. He is. And
player.
if you really watch the game, after the game, there'll be somebody call into one of our shows and say this week, boy, Rattler looked good. If you watch what happened in that game, Rattler basically had, well, I think he threw for, I can't remember the number. Maybe you can look it up, Matty, but
300 and something.
350, I think. I think about
376.
Okay, I think 230 of it was when they were done. I'm just telling you. I'm not ripping on Rattler.
Sure
He did not look good in the beginning, and at the end, he looked good. So his numbers will look good. I don't know how fired up they were about the way he played. I'll just say that. But, yeah, I don't know did Hazelwood do anything today?
4 catches, 30 yards.
Do you know that for sure?
Yes,
You're
I
just
do.
making that up.
No, I'm not. Matt, you want to check it out?
Because sometimes you just say things that aren't true.
You know, trust. You've been working with me all these years.
I know, and that's why I'm doubting.
Lie about something as important as that.
If this was my first show with you, I would have gone, okay, thanks, and I would have moved on.
Now,
but
what-
because I've been working for this
what-
long, I have to get it verified.
What did Hazelwood do, Matt?
He has 5 catches for 30. That's what I'm looking at.
You were wrong.
30.
You were wrong.
Take
4.
it again, get in.
By the way, anybody wonder why we're laughing? It's almost 11 o'clock. That's what we do at around 11 o'clock. So. Go ahead, Al. You're on fire, Al. You're on fire.
Baylor about to
Good
take
break.
the lead in this game.
We want to take another call, Matt. Let's take another
break.
call.
Well,
Come on,
when
Matt.
Matt says take a break, you take a break.
No, we take a call. Okay, I'll listen to Matt. Daggone it. Gideon and Mr. Rashawn Woods are in beautiful Stillwater, Oklahoma. They win 34-17. Thank you so much to Eskimo Joe's up there. We are here today on historic Campus Corner in Norman. RV General Store, Sports Animal, and Mobile Studios are in both places, and we're all driven by Eskridge Lexus of Oklahoma City. Oklahoma wins 33-3. A lot more coming up on the Animal. Stay with us.
here in Norman, Gideon Hamilton. Rashawn Woods up in Stillwater. Before I give who went the Eskridge Mile, that one tweet, I'm going to disagree. He said that Nebraska will play like Georgia and Alabama next week. I'll disagree, okay? Is that fair to disagree with that statement?
I agree, yes, but let me say this.
What?
I got a great stat for you. The last time OU played Nebraska and they had a losing record was the year I was born, 1961.
Wow.
Think about that.
That is a great stat.
The last time OU has played Nebraska and Nebraska had a losing record was 1961. Nebraska was 3-5-1.
Wow. Unbelievable.
How the mighty have fallen. Huh?
Who went the SEC? I'm going to go Danny Stutzman.
I agree. Man. I agree. I think Stutzman was a tremendous star. Gideon, who you got up there going the Eskridge Mile?
Yeah, it's going to be Dominic Richardson. Had 32 touches for over 175 yards today. 27 carries, 131, and he missed time in this game. He was a little bit banged up. And Rashawn, especially in the second half, he was absolutely huge, keeping those drives alive. Big-time yards after contact in this game, too. So Dominic Richardson was terrific.
Yeah, and I think he's a really, really good player, but I think Jim is exactly right about him. Is he like superstar good? And then what is Oklahoma State level superstar good? Like, is he Hall of Honor eventually?
Well, they've had great running backs, Rashawn. Great running
that's what I'm
backs.
saying. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. I mean,
but hey, listen, you can
he's
win
still
with
big
him.
time.
You can win with the guy like that.
No question about it. And he could be 100 yards a game type guy.
And let me tell you, that's what we're saying about the quarterback down here in Norman, right, Al?
Yeah,
he is not the star that they're used to having, but you can win with the guy,
You know
right?
what's unbelievable about Oklahoma State? And they've had tremendous running backs, but very few have done much in the pros.
Well, the two big ones did.
Yeah.
Right?
But yeah,
Barry
that's
Sanders
but
and
how long
Thurman
ago
Thomas.
was that?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's
No,
incredible.
I thought a couple of them were going to be better,
Hill.
too.
I thought Justice Hill.
I thought he
mean,
was
are
going
you
to be
kidding
really
me?
good. No doubt. Yeah. Who's the one that fumbled, Gideon, when he went to Denver? Or who was that? Wasn't there one that fumbled?
That was OU.
That was
Quinn Griffin.
But there was also another. I thought there was an
Oh
OSU.
yeah. Taylor. Tatum Bell.
Tatum Bell. Yeah, that's who
Tatum
it was.
Bell.
Tatum Bell. Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah, he was really good. Yeah, no, they've been great running backs at
Savage,
OSU.
Randall, Hunter.
Yeah, he's that level of guy. He's like that's exactly right. A lot of if we could put him in tiers, like S tier, Barry Sanders, Thurman Thomas, Miller,
Right.
A tier, B tier, like that deal. Like he can be.
Yeah, he's good.
B tier is
good,
big
yeah.
time. If he's
Yeah.
A tier, Chuba Hubbard. Those type guys.
I'm interested to see how the
Tatum Bell.
You know what? Warren was pretty good last year.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
he's A tier to me.
Yeah, and he's
he's
the
A
backup. He's taken the backup running back job at the
Yeah.
Steelers this year.
Yeah,
Went in there
definitely A tier.
undrafted, and he is the backup. Took over for Snell. I will say this, and I'm just gonna go a little bit. I think the kid they got on campus right now, Gideon, the Ollie Gordon kid, I think he's gonna turn out to be a little bit better than the A tier. Maybe not Thurman Thomas and those dudes, but go ahead.
No, he was good in this game. Made a couple of plays in this game. Made a catch out of the backfield. Created some separation and scored a touchdown. So he's going to get some time this year. Dominic Richardson really, really helped salt this game away in the second half. So it's fine if they can use multiple guys this year, kind of help vary the offense a little bit.
Hey, listen to this stat that Dean just sent me on Twitter. Not Dean Blevins, a different Dean.
Okay.
Not that Dean Blevins might not know it. He very well could. Nebraska was 214-0 at home when scoring 35 or more. They are now 214-1.
Jeez. They're setting every record they can possibly do.
They are setting every record.
Golly.
I mean, that is.
By the way, BYU throws a touchdown right at the end of the half, so this is going to be 10-6. It looks like.
Yeah, but Baylor missed an extra point.
They missed an extra
Touchdown.
point.
He had the foot
I
in.
think he did. We'll see. It's either going to be a touchdown or they're going to have a field goal try. So I'm sure they'll
Boom,
review it
let's
for the next
see.
day. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like
he
might be.
dragged it.
Yeah. All right, let's get another call in now.
Okay, you're on the animal. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah. Hey, well, a couple things. First of all, man, it's been a long time since I've been able to say this. Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Yeah.
2-0.
Yeah. I know. It's amazing. They're gonna win it. They're gonna win the league.
That's crazy.
Yeah, maybe they'll win the league.
God. No.
It is amazing, though.
Yeah, but it was nice to see tonight. And then I'll say something about the OSU game, or both the games tonight. Jim, I agree with you on two aspects that you've mentioned before in the last month. First of all, depth is why OU won tonight. I mean, I still see guys in the first quarter and they're making tackles, and it's great. And I know it's a different culture, but you're celebrating a 2-yard gain, and then Kent State comes back and throws a 20-yard pass completion. I mean, today OU won because of lack of depth with Kent State, and I think OSU, what you said about Sanders is exactly right on. If he has somewhat of an up tempo, and I'm not saying a 2-minute offense, but if he has an offense where he actually has a rhythm, where he's kind of like in a speed up offense and he doesn't have to think, I think OSU can score so many points. I think it's up to them whether or not they're going to actually push the tempo versus kind of
well, they better
say sitting back and just playing the game.
Good stuff.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
They better do it because that's OSU's going to be at their best when he does that.
Well, they got to get Gabriel in rhythm at OU.
I agree.
First half they did.
They're gonna. You're right. They're gonna play.
got-
I assume next weekend they'll play. Faster, and they won't try to establish the run. So, by the way, it is a touchdown for Baylor. What was I going to say? I was going to say something, but I can't remember. It was probably stupid, so I'll just be quiet.
Let's
back to the phone.
Back to the phone. You're on the animal. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're on the animal.
What's up?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Good. So where we're piling on the coaches here, I got a stat for you.
Okay.
So first 50 games at A&M, Kevin Sumlin was 36-14. Jimbo Fisher's 35-15.
Really?
They're about the same as they've always been.
And Al, I can't argue with you, Al. That's a
Can
good
he
stat.
drop a few more and be on the hot seat?
Boy, I don't know how you can do that. I mean, if they put Jimbo Fisher on the hot seat,
they're not gonna
they
put him on the
can't
hot
do
seat.
that.
No,
I mean, they're paying him millions and millions of dollars, and I mean, they're going crazy. But no, they're in love with themselves, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the rest of the season brings. But gosh, losing that game is just horrible.
Well, and look at teams people thought that couldn't maybe get in the playoffs. A&M was one of those teams. Notre Dame was one of those teams.
You're right. They're gone.
Notre Dame got 2 losses.
We're both gone.
They're
A&M's
both
gone
gone.
too. You don't leave. You can't lose to Appalachian State. If they were to put a team that lost to Appalachian State in the Final Four, then they should quit the daggone game. I mean, the people
Let me
that are in
ask
the
you,
committee.
Does Nebraska have any chance of coming back getting in the playoffs?
Absolutely, they do.
Okay.
Yes, Nebraska, they got a big league chance.
Okay, just asking.
Nebraska beat OU next week by 30, and they'll be in great shape.
Remember, we said, well, the schedule early in the year ain't that bad other than OU.
No, you're right. Yeah, we thought they were going to be 3-0.
Yeah.
Golly. But they're 1-2, Al.
They're 1-2.
1-2.
Let's get. Although, let me tell you, the Big Ten guys, the Big Ten West is about as bad as could be.
Gideon, he's right. The Big Ten West, Gideon. I'm telling you, dude, that there is nobody in the West after Wisconsin lost to Washington State today.
Yeah, they combined to lose all at home, all favored to Georgia Southern, Duke, Iowa State, and Washington State.
Who did Duke beat?
Duke beat Northwestern.
Oh,
right? What did Northwestern?
That takes away from they went over Nebraska. Then.
Well, what happened in that game was they were the two of them were reading too many books in the games. They couldn't figure out what's going on in the game when Duke and Northwestern. They went on the debate.
You talk about a non-athletic division.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do over there in that West. Maybe USC and UCLA are going there. That'd be good, huh?
That's what Lincoln Riley is hoping for.
Yep. By the way, I know what I wanted to say.
What?
It is so refreshing to watch the OU football team this year. I was watching USC. It is full of punks. I mean, they're just jumping up and down and running up and down the sidelines and making play. A 3-yard sack, and they're just, I mean, it's just so undisciplined. And you see some celebration, But I love that Brent Venables has changed some of that. I'm cool with celebrations, but Lincoln Riley, he don't care. He lets them do whatever the heck they
you're
want.
right. And Grinch.
And
Grinch is.
that's right. And they become undisciplined. Let me ask you something, Rashawn. Okay? I know you're not as old as we are.
We're having an O2
Okay.
a reunion over here right
Okay, good. Well, tell him to get the heck over here then. Who's he talking to? Who the heck is he talking to? But I will just say that. Rashawn didn't have to comment on it. Go ahead, Al. Go back to the phone.
Okay, let's get on the. You're on the animal. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hey,
go ahead.
Coach T, how's everybody?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Hey, want to talk about Tyler Lacey. So, have you guys have seen those Godzilla movies where Godzilla comes into the cities and just starts to crash and just destroy everything?
Sure.
Tyler Lacey is Godzilla. He was killing.
He does
those
blow
guys
things
tonight.
up, man. He does. I agree with you. I think he's going to be a really good pro. I really do. He may be
he
too
has it
big
all.
to play outside, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's just so powerful and quick. But let me tell you what, in the new wording of today's world, Oklahoma State has a bunch of dudes on that defensive line.
They do.
I mean, they got some dudes.
They do, but here's the
They
problem,
scored.
Coach T. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
If somebody blocks them, can the defensive backs cover people? That's the key. We don't
Well,
know that yet.
I don't know that yet. I think they did a better job today. I think as an Old State fan, you just got to hope that the defensive backs can be average. If they can be average, then the defensive front
Gideon,
can cover that.
Gideon,
up.
what are your thoughts on that, Gideon?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. We just haven't seen any kind of team that can remotely challenge them deep. Emory Jones is just not that kind of quarterback.
No.
And so
when he's done, let's go ahead and break.
Going to be, you think, the first time that they really see somebody like that. Because I don't know. It's definitely not Kansas State. I don't know, based on Texas's quarterback situation, what that's going to look like. So I really don't know the first team that they're going to. They play Baylor early on the season. You're watching them right now.
Yeah, West Virginia's not any good, but the kid can really throw the ball, so he'll at least challenge them down the field.
That could give them trouble. I'm just trying to think of like the first time that we really see a team that can throw deep multiple times in a game and see how they handle that.
No, that's a solid point. You're right. But this defensive front up for OSU is really good. But the back people have got to get better somehow. They got to get better. So great stuff. Football feedback, Bud Light Game Time here live from Historic Campus Corner in Norman. And we are also live up in Stillwater in front of Eskimo Joe's. We're in the RV General Store, Sports Animal, Mobile Studios in both places, driven by Eskridge Lexus of Oklahoma City. Don't forget, we are live also on Facebook, YouTube, the app. You can join in and watch us. Are we live up at Stillwater too? Are they? No, just here. Okay, just here. But you can get in and watch Al. Al has a jacket on.
Thank you very much. Pretty smart. Look at the head of the curve.
You would think that it's 35 degrees out, but it's not. It's
Little
about
blistering.
70. But Al has a jacket on.
Yes, I do.
And he
I'm
is
nice
looking
and
good. Now, what is
warm.
that, Jeff? Where's Othello's?
So
you were over there and said, I'm cold, and they go, here's a jacket?
Absolutely.
Wow. You are big time.
Thank
you.
you.
Are
He's got his
really
own
big
dressing
time.
room over there.
Oh,
What are
my
you
gosh.
talking about?
And a bed, too, I think.
Yes.
Doesn't he sleep there once in a while,
He's got
too?
his own wine cellar.
Oh,
I
my
hope he.
gosh.
I mean, I won't say that.
Al
but I mean, I
Esbeck,
hope,
ladies and gentlemen, he's got a jacket on, looking good. We'll be back. A lot more coming up on the Animal. Don't go away.
We're back. Myself, Al Eschbach,
Once again, Al's on the air lying to everybody again.
Norman,
Unbelievable.
Gideon Hamilton, Rashawn Woods up in Stillwater. A good night for both teams as things get real. I'm not gonna. Do they get real for OU next week? I mean,
Well, they're
going
definitely
on the
playing,
road. Yeah,
they're definitely on the road, and they play a more talented team. That doesn't mean that they can.
There's
that,
not.
you know,
There's
what's
not
going to
get
happen.
real for Oklahoma State until they play Baylor. So let's get our last call in right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I need to announce it's last call at the bar.
It's time for the last call of the game. Sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at Tito'sVodka.com.
I'm probably going to hear that announcement here in about an hour or so.
Are you? Last call? Very nice.
And then he's going to go to bed. He'll just go into the other room
That's
with the
exactly
fellows
right.
and just hang his hat
He'll
up
roll
on the rack.
over.
and-
He'll roll
yeah,
over there. Good night.
That's right.
Do they have a special song they sing to you?
They have their own musician that like plays him to bed.
Very
like,
nice.
You know.
I like that.
You're on WS Sports Channel. Talk to us, please.
Is that me?
Yes, did you?
Hey, I'm glad to see y'all finally live on YouTube.
Thank you.
But I've got a question for Rashawn.
Go ahead.
Oh.
Rashawn there?
Yes,
he is. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, hey, Rashawn, I'm a big fan of yours, but I've got a question. Why was Oklahoma State so slow in offense at the beginning, and why did they take them so long to get going? But I'll take it off the air and let you explain that. Thank you.
Yeah, man, if you remember early on, you're watching the game, there was a couple of drop passes, man, that really stalled drives in those first 2 or 3 drives, right? The Johnson kid dropped one. There was an out route that was dropped. And when you're trying to go fast and you drop those passes on 2nd down and 10, or you're dropping the 1st down pass, that's going to stall out drives, right? They got a holding call early on. You know, holding call's 10 yards. Obviously, you guys know that. You know, you're 2nd and 8. You get a holding call on the pass, you're back 2nd and 18. Hey, it's not many plays in the playbook that can overcome 2nd and 18. Early in the game, you don't necessarily want to take a shot down the field. You may have a trick play that you think, hey, that's a perfect time to throw it, but really it's not.
Right. Because
They're already anticipating, hey, you're going to throw the ball down the field here. Watch for trick plays. Okay, you really want to run that, what they did, that hand the ball off to the running back, flea flicker type trick play, but you want to do it like when they're not expecting it. Maybe like on a 2nd down and 4 or something like that, because 2nd down and 18, everybody's antenna is up for something like that. And so really, you don't really have a lot of plays that you can do to try to get those yards back because they're waiting on it. And so self-inflicted wounds was probably the biggest. It was the biggest deal in that. And then probably the last thing, but not the most glaring thing, is that when you're not on 1st down, you run the football, it's 2nd and 8. You're not getting those yards on 1st down. Then that slows things down too. It puts you in obvious passing situations. When you get in those situations, it's really just better to throw on 1st down, because if it's 2nd down and 10 while you're throwing the football, you know, start pushing the ball down the field. Usually good things happen. And that's what Oklahoma State finally started doing, is maybe throwing the ball a couple more times on 1st down, then running it on 2nd. But when it's 2nd down and 3, 2nd down and 4, and you run the football, well, you're kind of in a pass run situation, which is better for the running game and passing game. And then the numbers start to kind of balloon from there. So it's not an exact science, but obviously you can't beat yourself with penalties and drop passes and not gaining, more than 2 yards on 1st down. That's a remedy for getting off the field very fast, especially when you're no huddle. You're getting off the field even faster. Right.
And I'll add real quick before we wrap. I agree with what you said, but I also thought that they were very conservative on a lot of those 1st downs, instead of getting maybe Sanders out in the flat to run, throw, and things like that. But, hey, they won 34-17. Rashawn and Gideon are going to have a whole nother segment.
As
Al,
they
you and I are
should.
done. Let's give you your last thoughts.
Well, a horrific first half for Oklahoma. I mean, offensively, it's one of the worst halves I've seen against Kansas last year. I mean, Obviously, we're not ready to play. The offensive line was terrible. I didn't like the play calling. They came back, showed some resilience, and managed to come up with a win. Now they got to get better though. If you're gonna win the conference, you got to get better. You got to play better. So the schedule, you go on the road, and then Kansas State looks like looks like we got some really better defensive teams in the league this year.
Yeah, well, they look good defensively. There's no
Baylor's
doubt.
really good defensively. I think Oklahoma State's good. OU's better defensively.
Texas.
Texas is better defensively. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
so you got to get better. But they got Gabriel into a rhythm. They found a way to get Marvin Mims 7 catches. They got to keep on going to him. You got to get some games like they did with Brian Burrows, get him double-figure catches, right?
I totally agree. I'm 100% with you, Al. Hey, listen, great job as usual, Al. Thank you so much for being here.
Yep, I'm nice and warm. That was why I wore a jacket.
You got a daggone jacket on. I hope
Yeah,
you're warm.
Absolutely.
Did you?
yeah.
What? They got sweatpants for you over there too, or what?
They might. So next week, remember what?
Tell
Bob
everybody.
Bob Stoops, 4:05 on Monday.
4:05 on Monday. Going to be on with you and me at 4:05, and then you're going to be doing. Tell the people where you're going to be
I'll
on
be
that.
at Riverwind at 8:00 next Saturday for pre and post game.
Riverwind, you're going to be there for both pre and post game all year long.
Yes,
for
absolutely.
road games.
Yes.
All right, Al. Good job. Wake up early in the morning. I bet you can't wait. Get up about. Well, geez, you're only 10 minutes away. You probably wake up at 7:30. You'll be there at 8, knowing you. I want to thank everybody doing a great job down here in Norman. Our program director, Cisco, doing a great job. And, of course, our man Josh Lupton. And, of course, Mr. Matt Meyer back in studio. All our great sponsors and all our great fans. We appreciate you all very much. Oklahoma wins 33-3. It was a weird game, but they figured it out, and they win comfortably. And coming up, you'll hear a little bit more with Gideon Hamilton and Rashawn Woods in Stillwater. For everybody down here in Norman, have a great night. We'll be back on the air Monday. I'll see you.
I mean, be careful.